And pedagogy requires a way with language in order to allow the research process of textual reflection to contribute to one's pedagogic thoughtfulness and tact. So this orientation to interpretation in language is not only of research, but very much situated in a pedagogical orientation in a way that we attend to a phenomena, write with it, and reflect on its pedagogical significance. So this week, you'll be engaging with portfolio entry 3. So as I mentioned before, phenomenology concerns itself with how something is lived. It wonders how children experience a particular situation, or how a human in general experiences a particular situation. So the goal is to create an interpretive account in a search for understanding. So this week you'll be composing a one-page entry on Wix, or whichever platform you used in entries 1 and 2, that engages with an experience as lived. So try to render the experience in such a way that it is brought to life and elucidates the lived meaning of that experience. So really attend to the underlying structures of meaning within the lived moment. You may choose to include photos or video in this entry. However, there must be a one-page written component, at least 300 to 400 words. And you can also look to Van Manen on page 27 for help on this sort of writing. You can revisit a past experience or engage with a current experience, but you should narrate a moment of research with others, ideally with children if possible. So for example, you could narrate children's engagement with a particular material, perhaps from a previous class. Post a link to this entry in the Portfolio Entry 3 forum by Friday at 11:55 p.m. and then respond to 2 other entries by Sunday at 11:55 p.m. Oh, also this information, as well as the next slide on your virtual collaboratories, will be posted on Moodle for your information. So this week in your virtual collaboratories, I want you to create space in your group to consider these elements of research. So think about the study of lived experience, study of essences, of experiential meanings, of phenomena, the attentive practice of thoughtfulness, a search for what it means to be human, poeticizing activity, and interpretation. So when you're thinking about these elements of research, consider what it is that Van Manen is asking us to think about. What do these things mean from Van Manen's perspective? And more largely, what might the spirit of phenomenology offer to your work with children? So think with some of these things this week in your virtual collaboratories. So your proposal for your inquiry is due on September 30th by 11:55 p.m. And for this particular assignment, late assignments won't be accepted, as I'll need to provide you with feedback with enough turnaround time to ensure that you can get started quickly on the part 2 of this assignment. So your proposal should be short and concise. It'll be 1 to 2 well-written paragraphs giving insight into your proposed topic, who it will engage, what the specific context will be, and how you expect to begin your inquiry. So in this assignment, I want you to compose a question that will frame your work. So you can look to the Van Manen text on page 42 for notes on the making of a phenomenological research question, but this kind of question should be able to give you space to be interpretive. So it should not be a closed-ended question that has a yes or no answer. It should be a question that will likely include the word how. It should be very open, but also very specific to this context that you're going to be working with and the concept as well. So this question must clearly articulate a phenomenological orientation to research of the lived experience of your topic, and it will be the basis of your inquiry. So this question is very central to your inquiry project. So it must be very clear, concisely written, and directly show your orientation as a phenomenological researcher. So at this point, I think that's all that I have. If you have any other questions or ideas about the course, please feel free to email me, and we can also set up a Skype meeting if you wish. Have a great week, everyone.